and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Dominic Wade! Dame i gospoda, Gennady Golovkin, Triple G!
And so it becomes watching the performance of the best in the business.
And Wade's plan for scoring the upset is that he boxes Golovkin. He says he doesn't have any idea how good a boxer I am, and that he eventually lands a big right hand and upsets the Triple G apple cart. So we'll see whether that can happen. They're both listed at 5'10 and a half, but as they get into the ring, Wade looks like the taller fighter.
Yeah, he does, but he looks a little soft around the waist, Jim, so I'm sure Triple G is going to immediately attack the body as soon as he sees fit. You got to give Wade credit for coming in and taking a fight like this, though, because he hasn't had a big fight in his career yet, so fighting Triple G is not a big fight. It's the biggest fight he could have in this weight class, and he's doing a good job of attacking right away here off of Triple G's punches.
10 months ago, Wade struggled to get by 41-year-old Australian veteran Sam Solomon. You just saw Golovkin land a left hook to the body. It's one of his more effective shots. Logic says if you struggle with Sam Solomon, who does not have any power, you may be in truly deep against Gennady Golovkin. But of course, styles make fights, and those are two entirely different stylistic enterprises.
Yeah, they are, but you are in deep fighting Triple G anyway. The only problem I see here for a person like Dominic is that he's not really quick enough to surprise Triple G. If you're not quick enough to bring him a surprise, it's a good body shot though. If you're not quick enough to bring him a real surprise, then it's going to be really tough for you to upset him.
Golovkin didn't seem to believe he needed to know much specific about Wade. Acknowledged that he only looked at a few minutes of tape. Relies on Abel Sanchez to provide whatever scouting report he thinks is necessary going into the fight. Golovkin says that the jab fest against David Lemieux in his last fight, when he threw nearly 50 jabs in round one and instantly made it a tactical fight rather than the war a lot of people expected, he says that was a decision that was made on the fly. It was not something they planned in advance. He just walked in round one, started landing jabs, and thought, I'll stick with this.
Yeah, good fighters come in and see what worked in that first round, Jim, and whatever works is what they take. I mean, if you're smart, you take what the opponent gives you.
Dominic Wade's a nice young fighter in his prime, undefeated. He can handle himself, but so far he hasn't shown Triple G anything to worry about.
No, he doesn't have enough power to really cause him any concern, and that's not good for him.
Two and a half minutes in. Golovkin dominating contact, landing, as you can see, 3 times as many punches as Wade by CompuBox count in the round. Hasn't landed anything really dramatically big. Now he does. That was big enough.
Yes, it was. Big enough to end the fight, as a matter of fact.
Not enough time in this round.
I don't know, Max.
So one knockdown on a right hand over the top, but Wade makes it out of round one.
Hey, listen, you got to don't stay in front of. Jab him and keep turning, don't stay in front of. All right? Beautiful work, though. And Don, slam the right hand down the middle.
He can see Triple G in close, but Dominic is trying to hold him, and this is why he tried to hold him, because he didn't want to catch this overhand right to the back of the head. That shot causes all types of damage. You can't really see it coming. Hits your neck in a very unorthodox way, and it causes you to just lose equilibrium, and down he goes.
That's the strings. Last time it happened, he got his bearings and came back and won the fight.
Shot behind the ear like that is a quasi-rabbit punch, but the way Dominic Wade was turning away, he's presenting that as the target.
Golovkin seemed to hurt him with another right hand, but this time Wade stayed up.
Yeah, he hurt him again with that same right hand, Jim. And now he knows it's just a matter of time before he catches him and finishes it.
Oh.
Crowd oohs and ahs at the right-hand body shot.
Good body shot by Triple G.
His body shots are sturdy.
And a lot like Chocolatito, Jim, when they realize a guy can't hurt him, he has a relentless attack, and that in itself is a weapon that they use on the opponent to weaken him. Good body shot again.
Stop. Nobody punch. Step out. Step out.
Wade looked a little stiff-legged as he backed up after that body shot. Golovkin missing with the right hand. That might have finished it if he had landed it.
And now Gennady seems to go into that thing, Roy, where...
This is the Willie Monroe thing.
Yeah,
right?
he kind of lets the guy hit him a little bit.
Show him that he can't hurt him, and that he disregards anything to do with punching power when it comes to the opponent.
Got to be careful doing that sort of thing, though, because 160...
Wade, and he's not no kind of way intimidated by his punching power. Or
one thing we saw against Lemieux, Golovkin has tremendous belief in his chin.
Yes,
he knows he's going to get painted every once in a while because he's a pressure fighter. And down goes Wade for the second time.
I don't think he'll make it back out.
Again on the right hand. Doesn't look eager to get it.
No.
8, 9. Do you want to continue? Look at me. Do you want to continue? Yes?
Oh, this fight is
Say it
over.
again. Say it again. Give me gloves. You better protect yourself. Relax.
You better protect yourself.
I know that he can. Good hook,
Some of his best shots now, Roy.
Yeah, that's a good hook that he threw.
It was the Golovkin left hand, and now it's the right hand.
Same punch.
And let's see if Jack Reese is even going to consider allowing
6,
Wade to continue
7.
after the third
8,
knockdown of the fight.
9, 10.
And that's it. Less than 2 rounds, a series of right hands. And that was
the left hand. The right hand actually hit his shoulder, I believe. It was the left that did the damage, but we'll see on replay.
I mean, it's hard to figure out exactly how much credit you give Golovkin for something that was such an obvious mismatch.
Yeah, it's hard to give him a whole lot of credit for that. But, Jim, it's like, I love seeing fighters first. Here you see the first knockdown. A jab on the chin, as Max talked about. A left uppercut, then followed by an overhand right to the shoulder. And the shoulder punch took him down, but like Max said, the damage was done from the left hand first. The jab right there. The left uppercut right here, boom, that hurt him, and then the shoulder shot just pushed him down because the hook to the head and the jab to the head did the real damage.
That was the first knockout down of that. Respects the boxing public.
Yeah.
Now here's a look at the final knockdown.
A counter shot right over the top of his left, boom, counter right hand, right on the chin, and that ended matters. You couldn't ask for a better right hand than that.
You know, I've read some comments from people on the web who say, well, I don't think Golovkin's all that big a puncher. What are they smoking?
I don't know what they're smoking or drinking.
I mean, come on. He's a big puncher.
Which hand are they talking about? The right hand is dangerous. The left hand is even more dangerous. Which hand are they talking about?
If he breathes on you,
the winner, undisputed, undefeated middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Golovkin, Triple G.